Today, we're going to talk about a subject that's near and dear to many of our hearts: how to stop getting triggered. Now, when I say triggered, I'm not talking about firearms or hunting or anything like that. No, I'm talking about those moments when someone says or does something that really sets us off. We all know what it feels like to get triggered. Your blood starts to boil, your heart races, and you feel like you could explode at any moment. It's not a pleasant feeling, and it's not something that any of us want to experience on a regular basis. So, what can we do to stop getting triggered? Well, my first piece of advice would be to take a deep breath. When we get triggered, we tend to react without thinking, and that's when things can really spiral out of control. So, take a moment to breathe and clear your head before you say or do anything that you might regret. My second piece of advice would be to try to see things from the other person's perspective. Sometimes we get triggered because we feel like someone has insulted us or attacked us in some way. But if we take a step back and try to understand where they're coming from, we might realize that they didn't mean to hurt us at all. Maybe they're just having a bad day, or they're dealing with their own issues. Of course, this is easier said than done. It's hard to be empathetic when you're feeling angry or hurt. But if we can try to put ourselves in the other person's shoes, it might help us to de-escalate the situation and find a more productive way to communicate. My third and final piece of advice would be to practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment and not getting caught up in our thoughts and emotions. When we're triggered, we tend to get carried away by our feelings, and that's when we can say or do things that we later regret. But if we can learn to be mindful and stay focused on the present moment, we can avoid getting caught up in the drama and find a more peaceful resolution to the situation. Now, I know that all of this is easier said than done. We're all human, and we all have our moments when we get triggered. But if we can remember to take a deep breath, see things from the other person's perspective, and practice mindfulness, we might just be able to avoid those triggers and find a more peaceful way to navigate the world. So there you have it, folks. My 3 tips for how to stop getting triggered. I hope you found this video helpful, and as always, thank you for watching.